Jai Bharti. Namaskar. Today we will relate Adhyatm with chemistry. So we know that the energy liberates the electron from the normal SPD orbitals, and similarly for human also there are different orbitals, and one it is the Turiya. So let's start. See, at we all know about atom. In the atom, there is a dense nucleus which binds the electron through invisible forces. So these electrons, they wander in a structured orbitals or structured quantum regions called orbitals. So there are basically four orbitals: S, P, D, and F. These are all part of chemistry. So just to correlate, we are discussing about it. So these are not actually paths, but they are probability fields or levels, energy levels, and they are defined by the energy constraints. Now each orbital is a quantized energy state: ground state, excited state, and then within the atom the electron cannot escape until it gets a precise threshold energy, so that ionization takes place. So when the energy exceeds the equals or exceeds the binding energy, the electron leaves all the orbitals. It enters into a continuum. So there is no, it has surpassed all the orbitals. It is in a free state. Now let's draw a parallel to this. So about humans, we also have orbitals like body, mind. So these are orbitals. We have an identity and we are conditioned. So these are our orbitals. So in atoms, the electrostatic the attraction binds the electron to the orbitals or to the definite energy levels. Similarly, in life, the karma, the vasanas, the kamna, the desire, and the your काम क्रोध bhay, rag bhay, all these things, they actually are the binding force. Now let's take the see in Vedanta we don't have something called energy. So energy was confined to the electrons, to the atoms and the different orbitals. Here we will say knowledge. So we'll replace energy with knowledge now. So we have like the spiritual, if we do the quantum mapping, the Shravan is the ground state. It listens to the truth. So energy is being added to the Jiva. Then comes the Manan. Manan actually excites you. and it reflects on the whatever we learn, the truth. And here the energy condition is that energy is accumulated. Then it comes to the Niradhyasana. So here Niradhyasana is the threshold, and the spiritual state will be deep meditation, and an escape energy is almost equal, reaching that escape energy, and Turiya is a free state, and spiritual condition is almost like it's enlightened, and energy level is, it has the escape energy, and it has already escaped the particular the states, and it has entered into the Turiya, similar to the electrons, where it actually has surpassed all the four orbitals. So now Bhagavan says in chapter number 2, shloka number 16, he says, Na sato vidyate bhavo, na bhavo vidyate satah, ubharayopi drishtanta tu anya tattvadarshibhi. So here he says that of all the transients there is no endurance, and of the eternal there is no cessation. This is verily this has been observed and concluded by our saints when after they have studied the nature of the you say the Sat and Asat, both. So here he says that in Hindi we can say that असत वस्तु की सत्ता नहीं है और सत का अभाव नहीं. इस प्रकार इन दोनों का ही तत्वज्ञानी पुरुषों द्वारा देखा गया है. So asat is basically the basic level where your body, mind, and the instruments of the senses are there. So this is the asat part, and sat part is the eternal part. So this has been observed by both of this has been, sat and asat has been studied by the yogis or saints. Now that the body and the senses and the senses instruments, they are unreal and they cannot be eternal, and whereas the Paramatma Tattva or the you can say the God particle will always be there. Now let's understand the like what is the what is the escape energy over here. So escape energy will be something like that you are breaking the foundation of the you can say the ignorance or the inertia of the ignorance. You are surpassing it. So during the Shravana, the first energy is you break the inertia of ignorance when you listen to this. So, in Shloka 20 of chapter number 2, Bhagavan says, न जायते मृत्युवा कदाचित् नायं भूत्वा भविता वा न भूय अजो नित्यशाश्वतोऽयं पुराणो न हन्यते हन्यमाने शरीरे. So, Bhagavan actually here the inertia is actually broken, where he says the Atma, or it never dies, or it is never born, and it is, you can say, it is eternal, and even if the body dies or body is exhausted, this doesn't gets affected. So this is the, so here the inertia of the ignorance breaks when one listens to this thing, the Shravana. Similarly, like the Shravana, you can say it's an orbital. Like we had the SPDF orbital in chemistry. The next orbital is the Manana. Here again, your doubts are cleared when you contemplate. So the identity is slowly being lost. Like in chemistry, when the electron moves to the higher orbital, it is moving to the higher orbital, but it is still not free. But in Manana, you accumulate this energy, or here you actually gain knowledge. So from ignorance, you are moving towards knowledge. Niridhyasam is the threshold energy, the escape velocity. There you had energy, here again you have the knowledge. So knowledge actually helps you to escape this particular the ignorance, or the, you can say, the pull of the ignorance. It is being surpassed. It can escape that. So Bhagavan here says in chapter number 13, Shloka 1. So this Shloka is Idam Shariram Kaunteya Kṣetram iti avidhiyate etat evettitam prahu Kṣetra iti tadvidah. So here Bhagavan says, the Supreme Lord, Bhagavan says, O Arjuna, this body is termed as Kṣetra, the field of activities. And one who knows this field is called, this body is termed as Kṣetra, the field of activities. And one who knows the field of activities, or this body, is called Kṣetrajña, or the knower of the field, by the saints, who actually understand this particular truth about both, about the Kṣetra and the Kṣetrajña. So here that this body is the field and the knower is the Kṣetrajña. So Bhagavan in the next sloka, he says, Kṣetrajñam chapi mam vidhi sarvkshetresu bharata Kṣetrajño jnanam yat tat jnanam matam mama. So Bhagavan here says that, O Arjuna, I am the knower of all individual fields of activity. The understanding of the body as the field of activity and the soul and God as knower of the field, this I hold to be true knowledge. So Bhagavan, in this particular, uh, this is the, you can say, the almost the escape velocity or the knowledge where one can actually escape from this, means it's, you can say, the liberation path. Now, how, what is the moment of liberation, we will discuss, which is the Turiya only. So the final shift happens, actually here there's one, this, in electrons it is out of those SPDF, but here the journey is inward. That is the main difference. So Turiya, or the, you can say, the fourth state or the free state, it is not an orbit, means you are not bound by the that body mind complex, you are out of it. See, you can understand by one thing that, let's say you are having a competing in a pole vault. So there, the when you with the help of the pole, when you actually jump over the particular rod in pole vault, you leave the rod over here only to surpass that particular rod. So in Turiya also, you actually leave your everything over here, where everything diminishes, means your intellect also. Because if you carry that identification, you cannot go there. You have to leave that identification. The identification may be the rod over there in pole vault. You have to leave that. But it helps you to cross it over. So, in Shloka 32 of chapter 13, Bhagavan says, just a minute. So the sloka is like this. Yatha sarvagatam sokshmayat akasham na upliyate sarvart avasthita deha tatha atmana uplipyate. So here he says that this space or the akash which holds everything, it's so subtle, it's so minute that it is not contaminated by what it holds. So similarly, the consciousness or the Atma pervades the body, but it is so subtle that it is not affected by the attributes of the body. This is the meaning of this particular shloka in the Turiya Avastha. So, like space which is untouched, all pervading, similarly, the consciousness or the Atma is, it's not affected by the body mind complex. So, in physics, chemistry, the electron must escape, and Vedanta, because of means you were never bound. There you require energy in chemistry, so that electron can escape. In Vedanta, you should have the knowledge so that you know that you were never bound. So here ignorance is the factor which holds you, and there not having that requisite energy or the escape energy holds you. This is the correlation between the electrons and yourself over here. So, like orbital belongs to the atom, Kṣetra belongs to Prakriti, but the Kṣetrajña is beyond all systems. So, like in the, we can say the finally in chapter 18, Bhagavan says in sloka number 66. So, the shloka 66, Bhagavan says, Sarvadharman parityaja mamekam sharanam braja aham tva sarva papebhya mokshayi asyami masucha. So he says that abandon all varieties of dharma and simply surrender to me. I will liberate you from all these sinful reactions, and you should not fear. So you can say this is in Adhyatmic, there is no journey actually, there is no escape, there is no transition from being bounded to being free. It's the only, you can say, it's from avidya to vidya. It's only the recognition because of the, you can say, because you gain the knowledge. So knowledge, you can say, as the energy, equivalent to energy in the chemistry, which liberates the electron. So hope this correlation between electrons and the orbitals, and here the entire liberation from the body-mind complex, it occurred to me that this can be correlated. So I have tried it. It's a complex thing, as I also felt, but anyhow, it's an idea which occurred. I thought I should share with everyone. Thank you. Namaskar. Jai Bharat.